Greetings everyone, Zexorus from the Heroes Power Hour here. In this week's Blizz Pro Weekly, Pepe is everywhere, new card backs are here, Nova prepares to decloak and explain a few things, and a great disturbance was felt in the world of Overwatch.
Hey there everyone, my name is Buttercup, and you might have seen me a while back in a video called Buttercup's Tea Party. I think that's what it's called, and if you haven't checked it out, then go check it out. And we are filming on December 6th, 2015, as we head into the season of family get-togethers and weekend vacations. We are testing our new format to see if we can get a show out each week. There also usually is less content around this time of year. So if you would like to help us out and help guide the discussion, we would love to hear from you. Send us your emails to dearclover@gmail.com and be sure to leave us some comments below. Now let's check out the world of Warcraft with Spade!
Here's the beef.
Did you miss me? Spazelun here. The existing Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King time walking events have been expanded to include an additional dungeon, Magister's Terrace for the Burning Crusade and the Pit of Sauron for the Wrath of the Lich King. The Infinite Time Reaver is now a random drop from any time walking boss. Portals in Stormwind and Orgrimmar during the Cataclysm time walking bonus event will now sell modernized Cataclysm gear and cool new toys. Item upgrades are also back. Players will be able to earn and spend valor to upgrade items from Hellfire Citadel, items created from Baleful tokens in Tanaan Jungle, and all Draenor dungeon drops. All the items you've already earned are eligible for upgrades retroactively. You got it. Also, earn valor by completing the first random heroic, dungeons of the day, complete mythic dungeons, complete weekly bonus event quests, pet bonus battles, do not count. Exclude those. Complete a Raid Finder Wing for Highmaul, Blackrock Foundry, or Hellfire Citadel for the first time each week. Once you are ready to upgrade, just visit your friendly neighborhood Ethereal in Orgrimmar, Stormwind, Storm Shield, or War Spear to upgrade your gear by 5 item levels at a time for 250 valor, up to twice per item for a total potential boost of 10 item levels. Mythic Dungeons now have a chance to award items ranging from item level 685 to 725 in 5 item level increments with a progressively lower chance as item levels increases. Mythic Dungeon bosses now also have a chance to drop a new heirloom trinket that will scale up to 110. Yes, level 110. Baleful items now have a chance to create items ranging in quality from item level 655 to 695 in 5 item level increments with a progressively lower chance as item level increases. Around the release of patch 6.2.3, a transition to Warlord Season 3 will take place. With the new season comes new gear. Warmongering Aspirant gear scales up to PvP item level 715. Warmongering Combatant gear scales to 730. Warmongering Gladiator gear scales to 740. So enjoy those this season. With raids and dungeons, Hellfire Citadel defeating Archmon on heroic difficulty or higher will reward players with a mysterious fragment of dark power that begins a quest which will lead to the Grove Warden Mount. Pepe should now remain with players that enter into a time-walking dungeon. Skinning, mining, herbalism, and fishing by about 20% will all increase the drop rate of Fellblight. Mirror of the Blade Masters will now summon magical blades as guardians instead of mirror images of the caster. How cool is that? For those of you gotta catch 'em all pet owners that didn't hear the announcement at BlizzCon last month, the new charity mount Brightpaw is now available on Battle.net shop. Proceeds for this pet are going to Make-A-Wish, so feel free to make a donation. I'm Spazelun, happy to be in front of you again.
Nobody's going to pay to see this.
Another announcement that was made at BlizzCon this year was the new Arena mode. This seems to be Blizzard's spin on ARAM and looks to be much shorter games where almost anything can happen. Unfortunately, though, it sounds as though we will have to wait for Arena as long as late 2016, as they want to focus on other aspects of the game, mainly matchmaking. Speaking of which, if you've been playing Heroes lately, no doubt you have realized that matchmaking is having some serious issues. The Heroes team has been well aware of this, and fixing matchmaking is their main priority. They hope to have a new and improved build-out hopefully before the end of the year. Dustin Browder also confirmed on Twitter that Lunara will be the next hero to enter the Nexus, followed by Greymane. We could possibly see her as early as this Tuesday, as it has been 3 weeks since Cho'Gall entered the game. The guys over at BlizzPro Power Hour are wanting to put together a new segment called
Fail of the Week.
And hopefully Paul made that sound super epic. But anyways, if you guys feel that you have a great fail that just needs to be seen, send it over to zexerus@hotmail.com. That's ZEXEROUS@hotmail.com. Just describe the fail, including the start and end time in the clip, and don't forget to attach a copy of the replay as well. These will not be used to flame you for the most part. Actually, in fact, the one we have on the monitor right now was sent in by Zex himself. How a chin got stuck in the wall, I have no idea, but it seems like a pretty good fail to me. Speaking of the Power Hour, make sure to head on over to twitch.tv/BlizzPro at 7 p.m. Pacific on Tuesdays to catch the Heroes Power Hour with Willie, Jimmy, and Charlie. And who knows, you might even see your replay make
Fail of the Week.
That's going to wrap it up for Heroes News this week. Let's shoot things over to the Kevin Multizord Ellis for some Overwatch news.
The world could always use more heroes.
Alright, so if you don't know already, there has been a little bit of salt going around the Overwatch community, primarily from people who were not invited to the closed beta or the stress test weekend or anything like that. And these are people that, understandably, are a little frustrated at the people who did get in just because they're able to try out the game that we know we're going to love, and yet those of us who didn't get invited haven't quite had the chance to yet. So, I mean, can't really blame people for being a little upset about that. But again, the beta in general is more about Blizzard testing the game than people playing it. You know what I mean? It's all about them collecting data on their end. So can't blame them for approaching it the way they did either. So, but if you are one of those people that were a little bit salty and are kind of quietly shaking your fist at those who did get in, you can actually take comfort in knowing that no one outside of Blizzard will be playing Overwatch over the Christmas and New Year's season, as Thursday, December the 10th at 9 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Blizzard will be shutting down the servers for Overwatch. And I actually thought about wearing my suit to this again and doing a eulogy for the beta, but I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't actually taken that thing to the cleaner since the last time I used it, so I left that one at home. But anyway, it's not actually dead, of course. It will come back. They said that they are looking to have more improvements to the game, as well as they're continuing to work on in-development features like spectator mode and progression and all of that. And naturally, of course, some of the time that they're taking off is just for the holidays, so can't really blame Blizzard there either. Everyone's got families and are looking to spend time with them too. So, but yes, like I mentioned, it is going to come back. It's going to be back online sometime mid to late January. They're a little unclear there. There's not an exact date. But when this does happen, of course, we will share more details about this next phase of testing and any changes they would have made, state of the new servers and all that. So once the beta is brought offline on December 10th, the players will no longer be able to log into the beta client. Access to the closed beta forums, though, is going to remain open until Friday, December 18th. So there's still a chance to leave some feedback if you're one of the people who got in and able to help them out. All players who did have access to the closed beta will now again have access when it comes back online in January. So if you did get in, you can feel a little comfortable you're getting back in. And also, Blizzard did say in a Q&A attached to all this that they have no plans to add more people to the closed beta before it's brought offline, but when they bring it back online in January, they are going to try to get more people in the next wave as well. So that's when I know Paul and Shadow and myself and several of my friends are going to be just sitting there on the Blizzard Battle.net launcher, just hitting that play button until it comes up again. So, but anyway, the exact timing and how many players are invited and all that are more determined yet again by the testing needs of Blizzard and not as much our individual needs. But you can cross your fingers, and in the meantime, just enjoy the holidays. And for this show, the news might dry up a little bit in the next coming weeks, but we will figure something out, and yeah, it'll be fine. So, also, it should be mentioned that Blizzard did state, whether you've been a part of the closed beta, played during a beta test weekend, or contributed to any of the conversations on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, or Reddit, they want to thank us for helping make Overwatch the best game possible. And then also, they couldn't be more grateful for all the awesome feedback. And at the very end of the article, they did say, we'll see you in 2016. So, again, not really expecting too much before then. But yeah, I think that what we need to do, though, is get someone to set up a really serious Overwatch tournament in the downtime so that Blizzard's forced to keep the servers online, right? Like, that's the obvious solution here. That would totally work. But in the meantime, let's actually just talk about some Hearthstone.
Pull up a chair by the hearth.
Alright, so in Hearthstone, Thanksgiving's over, so we can finally get back to the League of Explorers and their adventure. The final piece of the Staff of Origination is hidden in the Ruined City, and you're supposed to help Sir Finley Murgleton retrieve the Pearl of the Tides. And I've completed it myself, and I don't want to give you guys any spoilers, but there's a big cliffhanger at the end, so just hold on to your butts. We're going to be fine. As you know, there are, of course, new seasons each month, and with a new season, there's going to be a new card back that you can add to your collection. This season, you're going to be working toward the Shaman Thrall card back to your collection by hitting rank 20 in ranked play by the end of December. So you got some time if you haven't quite got there yet. And of course, speaking of card backs, if you had a virtual ticket or were fortunate enough to go to Anaheim for BlizzCon, you should have the BlizzCon 2015 card back awaiting you next time you log in. So, neat little side feature there for you. And actually, I mean, if you haven't had enough card backs this month, they are celebrating the Feast of the Winter Veil coming up here. There's a Winter Veil Wreath card back that comes out in a Winter Veil event December 9th. They've also said that they're going to change some of the animations around, and interestingly, they're making the Savage Roar spell sound less savage. To me, that kind of defeats the point. It's got to be a Savage Roar, right? I don't know. Whatever. We'll check that out when it comes out December 9th. But anyway, so enough about this year, 2015. Let's look ahead again to the next year coming up here for a minute. The Hearthstone World Championship 2016 is going to be the largest Hearthstone tournament in the world. And when you get to the World Championship, it's going to come down to the 16 top players from around the globe to come together and duel for the glory, take their cut of the, again, $1 million prize pool for that one, and of course, gain the esteemed title of World Champion of Hearthstone. And the reason I bring this up again is it's now December, so right now is your time to start working towards this if you're thinking about taking it seriously. The season has begun. Depending on how you do in the ladder this month, and also at several, sanctioned fireside gatherings around the country, can really impact your chances to get in there. And frankly, the only thing holding you back is just the time and effort and know-how and skill at the game. So this is the time to try, though. Push for legend. See what you can pull off. Of course, throughout the season, there's going to be some seasonal championships. I believe there's 3 of them leading up to the World Championship, and a last chance qualifier for the World Championship too. But each of these seasonal championships also have a prize pool of $100,000. So that's pretty serious too if you can take home a chunk of that. So anyway, if you think you have what it takes to compete on this level and earn points through rank play starting this month, give it a shot, and we'll kind of see how it goes. I myself am at least going to play my hardest no matter what, and have a good time with it regardless. So, yeah. Well, that about does it for this week yet again. Be sure to send Clover some email at dearcloverfromblizzpro@gmail.com and leave us some comments below. Let us know what you think. Also, be sure to check out all the other BlizzPro shows live at blizzpro/twitch.tv. On Sunday, we've got Well Met, the Hearthstone podcast. Monday, Twizcast, all things Blizzard. Tuesday, Heroes of the Storm Power Hour. Wednesday, West March Workshop for Diablo. Thursday now has the Payload for Overwatch. And then also check out us Zords on our own podcast, Lords of the Storm.